Alright, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Amawan coming to your video. Lord, when it's edifying. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. The honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to the hopefully like men that scattered abroad, pushing the truth without sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And also shalom to your very few sincere sisters that's taking heed and getting in order in these last days, right? Quick lesson, just laying backing out the apostle, with the predictive programming, right? One step closer to the ... right? And with us, especially at Great Millstone, we understand what the ... we know what he's finishing off on, the Revelation 13 verse 16, going to the implant, right? The RFID implant, right? Because one thing, and this is another reason why Edom hates us, man, because we telling him, we telling all his moves, man, but predictive programming, right? So when I was just watching the video, and also watch, subscribe, and be edified from the apostle, when I was watching it, two things I had wanted to pretty much go into the definitions and, just line it up with the scriptures. Predictive programming was first, and I'm going to see the next one, right? But pretty much, you know what, let's just get it first. Right, so it's the AI overview because I typed in what is predictive programming. Excuse me. It says predictive programming is a theory that suggests media, including movies, television, and other forms of entertainment, subtly introduce concepts and ideas to the public, conditioning them to accept or normalize certain events or behaviors in the future. It posts that exposure to these narratives can desensitize individuals and make them more accepting of societal changes or even catastrophic events. And I didn't did a lesson on this, but just off predictive programming, right? Because we know how Esau moves. He moves gradually, right? So he wants to ease it to you. He wants to pretty much, he's pretty much prophesied on the left hand side, telling you. He's pretty much showing you, giving you an idea what's going to happen, visually. And then boom, that's what it's going to be, excuse me. And you have movies like The Hunger Games. That's one of my main ones I know. The Hunger Games. Well, you really can add in, what's the movie with Will Smith with the iRobot, man? It's a lot of movies I can't think off the top of my head, It's an old movie from like the 70s, the image, right? Excuse me, of the beast. And in that movie, the beheading is in there, right? Revelation chapter 20. The girls getting tried to take the MARK. And this was in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Ben's showing you these things. He's trying to introduce it to you, right? But what the apostle was going into was this clip. Pretty much how at these stores it says, so I guess now the laundry detergent is fucking locked up behind glass cases, right? Because like what the apostle going into is they're trying to get you used to it. Matter of fact, I'm at a point where you can hear them. So like, yeah, turn this up.
And open it for you. And that gets like, what if there's 20 people that want things? Then it's, it's a problem. So eventually what they're going to do is, if you get the chip, and you scan your hand on the chip or your forehead, whatever, then it will give you the item that you need. And that way you don't even need a bunch of employees, because everything is going to be locked down. And in order for you to get it, like a gallon it's not even a gallon no more. A gallon of ice cream is less than a gallon. You get some a gallon of Breyers ice cream or a quart or whatever. You got to use your hand. You get it, and it's paid for because it's deducted from your account, which is in your chip, which is connected to your bank. So all this is programming. What's the word? Predictive programming. Predictive programming.
I want to stop right there because what they're doing is what they're conditioning you. It's going because like I said, Esau know he can't skip certain steps, so he's gonna go from, you can just grab things off the shelves to he gonna glass things up to where if you want a certain thing, you have to call a employee to come unlock the glass. And then the next step is going to be, well, since it's behind the glass, you're going to remove the employees, right, and introduce you to the C-hip, and you can get it yourself, only if you have that C-hip, right? And that's why we understand he calls of all, bold, small, and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive, because he's going to have you cornered in to where, you know what, all right, I need this product. I need this product. So let me just go ahead and submit, to his way of society, right? Excuse me. And I want it's two more. It's another definition I want to grab.
I'm not gonna make this long,
But
so I'm just gonna go ahead and let this play. So listen up.
Locked up behind glass cases. They're really going too far with
And Salakia, I also I want to say about a year or so ago, me one of the brothers, we had went to Wild Greens, you know what I'm saying, and right on the east side. Excuse me. They have it set up already in the Wild Greens. Pretty much, they got the icons or the display behind the glass, so they have the display on the window of what product is behind it, and the door is locked. You cannot open it. I mean, right now, Salakia, it's unlocked right now, and Salakia, it's unlocked right now. But the thing is, they have the it's like a camera or a scanner. It's like diagonal, pointing down to like pretty much where the forehead would be. So pretty much if you're a tall person, you might have to kneel down, but it's in position to where it's kneeling at the forehead, and when you open the doors, you can see the strong magnets on it because, if once they lock it, it's locked, what I'm saying? And the only way you'll be able to open it is through that code, that RFID, right? Just wanted to throw that out there.
locking everything up. Either have a store and sell shit to people or don't. We're putting everything behind glass cases, and it's not the Mona Lisa, is a little bit ridiculous.
So has anyone been to Walmart recently where they have most of the merchandise locked up behind that glass door thing? Like, it's mostly in like the toiletry section of Walmart, like the bathroom stuff, like the shampoos and shaving creams and stuff are now behind that glass door, locked behind it. So you have to go and you have to find a Walmart employee, ask them if they have a key, and then they have to radio somebody, and it takes like 30 minutes to buy shampoo. Have you been there recently? This is an effort to combat shoplifting, but does it ever occur to these multi-million-dollar companies that the best way to combat shoplifting is by paying your employees more to watch the merchandise? Like, they've tried these.
This is all predictive programming to make you get used to the fact that you gotta wait until a guy decides to come and get. You might, you can get it, you grab it, put it in your cart, and go. But if you gotta wait 10 minutes or so, and you go to another place to get something else, and you got to get another attendant, you're going to get mad. There's going to be an uproar. This is a classic Hegelian dialectics, pressure from above and pressure from below. What is it? Auto ab KO. What is it? Problem, reaction, solution. The solution is going to be to get the chip. Nothing but a predictive program. That's all this is. But you dummies don't want to listen to, GMS. That's why you fucked up. Come on.
Hey, Khan, matter of fact, let me grab a quick preset. I'm about 10 minutes in, and I ain't grab a script, but, Lord willing, is still all edifying, right? And like the apostle said, man, y'all don't want to listen, right? But, hey, you're gonna know the truth was already there, you know what I'm saying? especially the camps that's teaching it and going against the doctrine, the truth. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, right? in verse Psalm in the NLT. Indeed, the sovereign Lord never does anything until he reveals his plans to his servants, the prophets, right? So the Lord has already revealed the plan to the prophets, man. We breaking it down clear as day, right? Letting you know it's the book of Habakkuk, which I will grab too, for the visions yet for an appointed time, But at the end it shall speak and not lie, right? I mean, it's gonna be made mandatory. It's like it's gonna be manifested, right? You're gonna know that you was warned, right? You was warned about they're trying to condition you, right? Predictive program, right? Pretty much slow roll you into this NWO, right? But hey, man, we're gonna see, who was right and who was wrong.
Over here. Do this real quick.
Right. So
Give me
I
a
want to
second.
keep
Give
going.
me a second.
Right. Because there was a couple of the other clips, like 3 more clips he was going into. He brought out, and after that, I'll go into the rest of my scripts.
There we go. This guy might be AI.
Multi-million-dollar companies will try anything except pay your employees more. Like, do you know why shoplifting occurs at Walmart? It's because you don't pay your employees enough to give a shit when people walk out with...
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's a chip. It's a chip. You have the elite that tell them what to do. Problem, reaction, solution.
the merchandise. Like, that happens at...
The problem, that they got to look around for an employee, just to get some dish detergent. Something real small. It's going to piss folks off. They're going to cause an uproar, like the apostle said. And what's going to be the reaction? Like I said, it's going to cause an uproar, right? And so what's going to be the solution for that? Well, boom, if you get this device, you ain't got to worry about looking for them folks. You can do it yourself. It's just that simple. Man, it's just that simple.
Walmart.
Many of our Walmarts and CVS's have their items locked up behind glass doors. Even things as cheap and affordable as body wash or a bundle of boxer shorts. The CVS...
Right, I can understand if it's a high-end, something that might cost like $100, $99. But something that's $2, you take that as a loss. If it's $2, $1.50. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with how expensive or cheap something is. It's programming to get you ready for the micro C-hip to make your life that much more convenient.
Yes, closest to me, there's an entire aisle that's just behind glass, and it's like deodorant, Neutrogena face wash. I wanted to get headlamps for camping at Walmart, and that was behind a glass locked door. But by the glass door, it has a button for you to click that says call associate over, so at least you don't have to wander, that's in Walmart, wander the halls looking for an associate, because it's awkward, and say that you want like 5 different things throughout the store that are behind glass. Each time you have to wait a few minutes. You don't feel trusted there. You don't feel like they're giving you the benefit of the doubt that you can just be freely shopping. You feel like you're being watched. I will go...
Right, get the microchip and you won't have that problem. You take a person that doesn't want the chip, he wants to buy and sell, because there's going to be a point where they can't buy and sell anyway if you don't got the chip.
To other towns that are a little bit nicer, where I know that location doesn't have anything locked up, just because I like the experience better. Yeah, they're often closing down the self-checkout station because of theft and locking up a lot of the smaller items. And I get that it's a...
And that's bullshit with the self-checkout. They know what goes. If you don't scan it, or if you miss the scan, because I got caught out there. I took something, scanned it, thought I heard a scan, and it came up saying that I'll wait for an attendant. And I thought I scanned it. I heard the beep. So that's bullshit. Once you go through that self-checkout, if you got 5 items, if you scan 4 items and try to get out with the 5th item, they're gonna stop you at the door. So that's some bullshit.
Really affordable way to control theft just by having it locked up. Because what they could do is add more personnel on the floor. I have never seen anything.
Or they can give everybody the microchip.
thing locked up at a Target, and it feels like at Target there's people on there's always an associate.
You know what I hate so much about Walmart? Besides the fact that they got rid of the checkout lines and it's only self-checkout and half the time they're not even fucking open, or it's 15 items or less. Besides the fact that there's never anyone working, or the fact that I have to ring a little freaking doorbell in order to get something out of something behind the glass, which everything's behind the freaking glass now. It's the fact that the workers literally make it seem like you're ruining their day by being there. You work at a store, okay? A freaking store where people go to shop, and you make it seem like I'm ruining your day by being there. You take up the entire freaking aisle, I can't get past, and then you look at me when I say excuse me, or I accidentally knock over one of your boxes, even though I'm picking it up. I hate Walmart. This is why I hate Walmart, and I will go to Target, because Target's pretty much the same price nowadays.
Target's gonna do the same goddamn thing.
Explain something to me. You got the soaps, the shaver.
And that's just the thing about it. These people think they're going to try to find a loophole, man. Hey, this man said he got to come down with great wrath because you know that he had but a short time. He's going to push his NWO. He has to start somewhere. You know, so he's starting with Walmart, you know, which we believe in, you know, hey, when you look at it backwards, smart law, you know, martial law, right?
The toothbrushes, the everything locked behind that glass door.
This is a Jake woman. You can look at her, the way she moving. She a Jake, she a nothing but a Jake. She might think she's a white woman, and she ain't nothing but a Jake.
But you don't got not one employee by the...
Oh, that's a nigga woman right there. She ain't no white woman. You ain't got one employee.
That glass door. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me, please. And then it don't matter who I ask. I can ask any employee, can I get this open really good? Oh, I don't got the keys. Who got the keys? Who got the keys then? Who has them? No one has.
Oh, she's a handful. You don't want to deal with her. She's a handful. Anyway, this is a short one. I'll see y'all later. Shalom. On to the next.
All right. Slaki. So, and you know the funny thing about it, right? These folks making all these videos about this, how they fed up, but guess what? They ain't got the spirit of Yahweh Shemel on them, you know. So Esau really got them put that pressure on them. No folk gonna take it. They didn't talk all that shit, and they still gonna go down there and take it, you know. They just mad at the fact that he conditioning everybody to do it, right? So with that being said, right, because the main other word I want to grab was conditioning, right? Right. Predictive programming is a theory that suggests media, including movies, television, and other forms of entertainment, subtly introduce concepts and ideas to the public, right? They're showing you ideas, right? They're programming you, right? So let me get that word from conditioning. So let's look at this. It says the process of training or accustoming a person, right, or animal to behave in a certain way or to accept certain circumstances, right? So you're gonna have to behave in a certain way to accept certain circumstances, you know. So that's what they're doing. This is the circumstance. This is the fact, right? That's why I'm conditioning you, because in a few you're gonna be ready for it, and that's what Esau Edom is slowly doing, right? People want to get pissed off, right? But after a while of being conditioned for so long, you know, they're gonna break them in. You know, that is like buck breaking, you know. When let's just, you know, it don't matter which tribe, right? Let's say the tribe of Judah, you know, he had to buck break them, man. But after so much of buck breaking, conditioning you to move like this and move like this and move like this, after a while, you're gonna do it. Because I'm conditioning you. You've seen it so often, right? You've seen the consequence of bucking up against it, you know. And that's another thing too, right? If you go against the C. You just won't be able to buy. You just won't be able to buy, sell, or trade, which is fine, right? Because that's what the Lord told us to do, right? To not bow down to this man and receive his C-hip, right? So it says the process of training or accustoming a person, right? And it said to behave in a certain way, right? Because we know that you have to wait on these people, right? And it's gonna get even worse when you think you finna pull a fast on Esau and you got that C-hip and he turn your shit off, right? He's showing you how to behave. This NWO finna be crazy, right? So look at that word from circumstances. Slocky, no, not circumstances. It was it circumstance? I'm trying to figure out which word I had just Googled. Slocky. Slocky, I'm trying to. You know what I can do? I can just type it in. Right, so it says, going back to, to conditions as well, right? But it says, what does circumstance mean? It says a fact or condition connected with a relevant to an event or action. Let me see if I can. All right, so the conditioning, excuse me, they're trying to condition you to these circumstances, right? This situation, right? This state of affairs, this position, these things, these events, right? That's what they're conditioning you for. So let me go ahead and close. Matter of fact, I didn't got other precepts. The book of Habakkuk 2 verse 1. It says, I will climb up to my watchtower and stand at my guard post. There will I wait to see what the Lord says and how he will answer my complaint. And this right is in NLT Salakia. Then the Lord Yahweh said to me, write my answer and make it plain upon Salakia. Write my answer plainly on tablets so that a runner can carry the correct message to others. Right? And that's what we're doing. We're carrying the correct message to the other people, right? They don't know what's coming, right? Breaking it down the correct way. We done, hey man, I know other brothers done 20 videos apiece on MOTB, just breaking it down to the lowest degree, so when these things happen, you won't be alarmed. You already know. You already hip to the game. You already know the game plan. Verse 3, it says that this vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed, right? And what we see right now is slowly coming because we've seen it gradually getting there. Right? So let me grab that word for gradually, right? Those are pretty much the main three words, we go into a lot, I spelled it all wrong. Right? So, gradually, right? Gradualism, right? So it goes into systematically. That's tough, right? But it goes into slowly, right? Gently, little by little, inch by inch, step by step, piece by piece, bit by bit, right? So it's just steady inching towards the mark. So what you're seeing through that video is how it's itching towards the mark. It's inching, inch by inch towards the mark. Little by little, you're seeing it, right? That's a part of predictive programming. You're seeing it little by little. You keep seeing it. After a while, you get used to it. You'll get used to that prophecy, right? When it being made manifest, you'll get used to it. Like, all right, whatever. Because when you look at it, they're gonna use these higher ups and celebrities to make it a trend, you know, and they're gonna go for it, especially when he just put when he's just taking benefits away from you to make you fall into it, you know. But hey, we're not ignorant saint devices. We're not going for it. Us of the hopefully elect, you know, Lord willing, part of that remnant. Then we go into it, the Revelation 13, right? Because that's all it's going into. Revelation 13 and 16, well, 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed. You know, that's what he's coming down with, right? We know that he's gonna be a physical thing, how Esau can get down, and we know that if you're not trying to submit to the beast system, you're gonna be off the grid, so you'll be X'd out of society. You know, it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. This, man, this is clear as day. But you know, other people, other camps, right, are giving out false information when it comes to this breakdown, right? But it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive, right, a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that no man might buy or sell, right? You will not be able to go inside these stores, and that's what they're getting. That's what they're getting you accustomed to, you know. Whole Foods, you know. Got a video up there with the man. He was just showing video, and that you had to pay just to get in, and then you had to scan just to get in. You know, but if you don't have this device, you won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to open up that glass. If you try to open up that glass, you know, they're going to have security and stuff like that, you know. But, God, I'm going to close it out right there. You know, Lord willing, you know, it was edifying. I'm going to give out honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh. By Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem. Rakakadash, a double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Shalom to those like men, and shalom to your very few sincere sisters. Shalom.